Ever wonder why some guys barely lift a finger and women just show up for them while you're over here checking your phone every 5 minutes like, did she see my message? Did she forget? Am I just invisible now? Yeah, we've all been there. It's frustrating. Feels like you're trying to play a game that keeps changing the rules right when you start figuring it out. But here's the real deal. It's not about money. It's not about being the hottest guy in the room. And no, it's not about copying lines you saw on TikTok. That's not the game. The guys who get chased, the ones women talk about when you're not around, they're not doing magic tricks. They just move different, and that's exactly what we're breaking down in this video. Once you get what's actually going on, like really get it, it's like a switch flips. You stop overthinking every little thing. You stop trying to win her over. And more importantly, you stop giving your energy to people who ain't even earning it. Let's be honest. If you're here, chances are you've been in that spot before. You put in the effort, you're respectful, you try to be the nice guy, and yet you're the one getting ghosted. Meanwhile, some dude who barely replies to her stories, he's the one she's blowing up. One of our guys used to be that dude, setting up whole dates, paying for everything, texting first all the time, and still got ignored. Then he shifted one thing, his mindset. Didn't say more, didn't try harder, just started moving with confidence. She started texting him first. Boom, everything changed. Here's what clicked. Women don't respond to effort the way we think they do. They respond to how they feel around you, and the truth, most guys were never taught how to create that feeling. So in this video, we're going to show you how to change the whole vibe. No games, no fake confidence, just real moves that flip the dynamic in your favor. And if you've ever been stuck in that always trying too hard zone, don't skip this. Before we dive in real quick, hit that like button if you're already feeling this. Drop a comment if you've been there before. And yeah, send this to your boys too. They probably need to hear it more than you think. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into something most guys never think about, but it changes everything. It's not about the words you use. It's about the way you carry yourself when you say them. There's a big difference between asking for something and expecting it. And once you make that shift, the way women react to you changes fast. Most dudes go in all careful, all polite. Hey, are you free this weekend? Would you maybe want to hang out sometime? Just wondering if you're into me. And look, nothing wrong with being respectful. But when you're always asking, always checking, what you're really doing is putting her in charge. You're handing over the power, and once she feels like she's running the show, she's out. Not because she's mean, but because the vibe flipped. You're chasing, she's deciding. Game over. But confident men, they don't ask. They just move like they know what's up. They're not rude, they're not arrogant, they just act like someone with a life instead of, wanna hang out Friday? Try, I'm hitting this rooftop spot Friday night. Come through if you're down. That line sounds simple, but it's doing a lot. It says, I've got plans. I'm not waiting on anyone. You're invited, but it's cool if you're not feeling it. No begging, no pressure, just solid, calm energy. And that creates curiosity. She starts wondering what it's like to be in your world. That's how the whole script flips. We had a friend, super nice guy, always polite. Every message was soft. Would it be okay if I called you later? Maybe we could go out sometime if that's all right. And you already know how that ended. Friend-zoned. Every time. Then he switched it up. Same dude, same heart. But now he wasn't asking for permission to lead. He just led. Instead of, can I see you this weekend? It became, I've got tickets Saturday. You should roll with me. The vibe changed. And more importantly, she felt it too. Now let's clear something up. Expecting doesn't mean being a jerk. It's not about walking around like the world owes you something. It's about knowing what you bring and not needing to prove it to anyone. Confidence isn't loud. It's not flashy. It's quiet, calm, and real. You don't need to explain yourself when you already know who you are. But here's where guys mess up. They try to fake this. They act cool, but the moment she takes a little too long to reply, they freak out. Double text. Get anxious. Overthink everything. That's not confidence. That's panic in disguise. And women pick up on that energy real fast. You can't fake this stuff. You gotta live it. You gotta be okay walking away. Because if she senses that you need her approval to feel good about yourself, it's already done. You're allowed to like her. You're allowed to want her. But the second she feels like she has all the power, you lose yours. So here's the move. Stop asking for yeses. Stop trying to convince her you're worth her time. Instead, show up like your time is already valuable. If she's in, cool. If not, you keep it moving. And don't just do this with women, do it in life. People respect intention. They respond to calm confidence. When you stop chasing and start choosing, that's when people show up differently for you. Now, if that part hit home, smash that like button. Drop a comment if you've been the one always asking instead of expecting, and send this to a friend who needs to stop tiptoeing around every conversation. We're just warming up, all right? Let's be honest. Talking to women the same way you talk to your boys? That's not going to get you far. Not because you're saying anything wrong, but because you're missing what actually matters. Most guys talk from the head. Logic, facts, trying to look like the perfect catch. I've got a stable job. I treat women right. I'm not like those other guys. Cool. But here's the thing, none of that sticks. Why? Because you're talking to her brain. And attraction happens in her gut, her heart, her emotions. If she doesn't feel something around you, you could be the most stable, respectful, well-dressed man alive and still get left on red. That's why some girls keep chasing that one dude who barely texts back. Not because he's amazing, but because he makes her feel something. Not always safe, not always stable, but exciting, alive, unpredictable, and nah, we're not telling you to be toxic. We're saying, stop being so damn predictable. Think about it. You ever been on one of those first dates that felt more like a job interview? What do you do? Where are you from? What are your hobbies? Snooze fest. Nobody's catching feelings in that conversation. It's just two people trading info. But now, flip it. Instead of asking her where she works, say something. Like, you look like the type who runs the office, but definitely starts all the drama in the group chat. Boom. She's laughing. She's playfully defending herself. She's engaged. That's what emotion feels like. That's what creates spark. It's not about being a comedian. It's about being fun, being present, being a little unpredictable. We had this guy, Ryan, good dude, got his life together, but his dates, dry. Everything was too serious, too logical, too safe. So we told him, lighten up. Stop trying to check all the right boxes. Just play, be curious, be fun. Next date, instead of saying, what do you do for work? He hit her with, you give off courtroom energy, like you either work in fashion or low-key win arguments for a living. She cracked up. They joked about it. The whole mood shifted. That one line turned into a real connection. It wasn't the line, it was the energy. Playful, unpredictable, alive. And women don't respond to logic the way men do. They respond to how you make them feel. So ask yourself, are you just trading facts? Or are you creating moments? Are you being nice but forgettable? Or are you sparking something real? Next time you're in a convo, check your vibe. Are you being careful? Or are you being real? All right, now's a good time to hit that like if this section just snapped something into place for you. Let's keep it real for a second. Who's got the power in any situation? The one chasing or the one being chased? Exactly. When it comes to women, that dynamic means everything. But most guys get it completely backwards. We've been told since forever, if you want something, go after it. Show her you care. Be consistent. Prove yourself. Cool advice, if you're applying for a job. But with attraction? That's how you lose your value before things even start. See, women aren't drawn to the guys who do the most from the jump. They're drawn to the ones who feel valuable. The ones they have to earn a little. The ones who give energy in response, not in hopes. When a woman feels like she's the one chasing validation, that's when she starts showing up with real effort. That's when she starts texting first, making plans, doing little things to get closer. That's when the energy shifts. But most dudes don't get to that part because they're out here giving 100%, even when she's giving 20%. And then they wonder why she pulls away. Let me give you a real example. There's this dude in our circle. Let's call him Malik. Solid guy, super generous. Every time he met someone he liked, he'd go all in right away. Non-stop texts, over-the-top compliments, always available. And guess what kept happening? She'd lose interest, not because she was shallow, but because she didn't have to do anything. She never felt like she was earning his attention. It was just given. No build-up, no tension, no mystery, just, here's everything. Take it, now. Flip that energy. Instead of chasing, just observe. See how she moves. Is she giving energy back? Cool. Match it. Is she texting first? Is she planning something? Is she showing up? Reward that. But if she's pulling back, if her messages get dry or she starts disappearing, you don't chase. You don't send a just checking in text. You don't try to win her back. You match her energy. You fall back too. And that silence, that lack of panic, that tells her everything she needs to know. It says, I'm not here to beg. I'm here for a real connection. And I'm cool either way. We're not talking about being petty. We're not playing games. This is about keeping your standards. Think of it like this. Would you keep pouring into someone who doesn't even say thank you? Nah, same thing here. Respect your energy. If it's not mutual, let it go. If she comes back, cool. But you don't go chasing something that's not giving back. Quick tip. She doesn't reply to your message, cool, leave it. If she hits you up later, don't be cold, but don't jump to reply in 5 seconds either. Move balanced, move calm, because here's what that does. It builds respect. It says, I've got a life, I'm not on standby. It stops being about getting her to like you and starts being about choosing someone who shows up for you. So if you've been giving too much too soon, if you've been rewarding low effort, it's time to flip it. Protect your energy. Watch her actions. And remember, the guy who values himself always wins in the long run. All right, so now you're probably thinking, okay, I get it. Don't chase. Match energy. Move with confidence. But now you want to know, how do I actually flip the script? How do you go from being the guy who's always trying to the one she wants to give to? Here's the move. Understand what actually pulls women in, not just gets a reply, not just keeps you out the friend zone. We're talking about what makes her want to give to you, her time, her energy, her effort, without you even asking for it. Let's break it down. It starts with something called the reward system. Sounds fancy, but it's super simple. Most guys reward women way too early. She gives nothing, and they're out here throwing compliments, planning dates, texting non-stop. You're basically handing out VIP access to someone who hasn't even bought a ticket. Here's the real move. You reward effort, not potential, not looks, not vibes. She gives you energy, you give it back. She initiates convo, you meet her halfway. She plans something, you show up strong. But if she's dry texting you, giving one-word replies, canceling plans with no follow-up, you don't chase that. You don't pour more in to win her back. That just teaches her your attention is guaranteed, and when something's guaranteed, it stops feeling valuable. We had a dude in the group, Jay. Chill guy, big heart. But he'd meet a girl and immediately start rolling out the red carpet. Constant gifts, good morning texts, attention 24/7, even if she wasn't doing anything in return. And every time, same result. She'd lose interest, fast, because he was rewarding the bare minimum. Now flip it, let her take the first step. She reaches out, now you flirt back. She puts in effort, now you show her what you're really about. You create a loop, give in response, not in hopes. And while we're here, let's talk about something just as powerful, scarcity. What's rare feels valuable. And that's where a lot of guys mess up. You're too available, too eager, too there. You reply in 5 seconds. You cancel plans because she hit you up last minute. You're always on standby. That doesn't impress her. That just makes it look like you don't have much else going on. What you want to show is your time matters. You've got your own thing. You're not glued to your phone. You're not just waiting for her to hit you back. And when you move like that, she notices. She starts wondering what you're up to, starts thinking about you when you're not around. That little space, that distance, it builds tension, curiosity, pull. One of our guys used to be the emotional support line for this girl, available 24/7. She liked the comfort, until she didn't. He started pulling back, not in a petty way, just protecting his energy. Took longer to reply, didn't jump at every text, and guess what? She started chasing, because now his attention wasn't a guarantee anymore. It meant something again. And now, here's one last key to really lock this in. Make it her idea. You don't gotta beg for pics. You don't gotta ask her to cook for you. Just flip the script in a way that pulls her in instead of, send me a selfie. Say, you probably look way too good right now, huh? Now she wants to send one. It feels fun, light, natural. Instead of, can you cook for me sometime? Say, you give off major, I kill it in the kitchen energy. I might need proof. It's playful, it's confident, and it makes her want to step in and give more. That's the real magic. When she feels like she's choosing to give instead of you asking for it, that's when things shift. All right, let's talk about the one thing that kills your power with women without you even realizing it. It's not texting too much. It's not being too nice. It's not messing up a date. It's this, negotiating for her attention. The second you start trying to convince a woman to like you, you've already lost your edge. That moment you start over-explaining why you're a good guy or subtly trying to prove you're worth her time. She feels it, and not in a good way. That energy, it's not confidence, it's neediness. And neediness kills attraction every single time. Here's what most guys don't get. The more you chase, the more she pulls back. Not because she's mean or cold, but because she can feel that you're trying to earn something that should just flow naturally every time you double text. Every time you hit her with, just wanted to check in. Every time you try to convince her you're different from the rest. You're negotiating, and women don't want to be sold on you. They want to feel something for you. They want to choose you, not feel like you're begging to be picked. We knew a guy, had his life together, confident at work, in the gym, whatever. But when it came to women, he folded. Overthinking texts, apologizing for being direct, always trying to prove something. And it drained him. Why? Because he was moving like he needed her validation just to feel good about himself. And that vibe, women pick up on it fast. It flips the script, turns you from someone she could respect to someone she feels pressure from. Here's the truth. A woman won't respect you if you don't respect yourself first. And if she senses that your confidence depends on her reaction, it's already done. So what do you do instead? Simple. If she's not showing clear interest, you don't chase harder. You step back. You give space. You let her show up. And if she doesn't, You take the L, you move forward, no bitterness, no overthinking, just peace. Because that's real power, not in trying to control someone's feelings, but in letting go of the stuff that's not choosing you. And yo, don't get it twisted. We're not saying don't show interest, we're not saying ignore her or play dumb games, we're saying keep it balanced. If the vibe's mutual, cool, build on it. But if it's one-sided, if she's dry, distant, dodging effort, you don't try to win her over. You walk. When you move like that, like someone who doesn't need to earn attention, everything shifts. You become the prize. And not because you said so, but because you're moving like it. So from now on, no more begging, no more fishing for validation. If she's into you, you'll know. If she's not, that's not your problem. It's just a redirection. Respect your energy, protect your peace, and if you know a dude who keeps bending over backwards just to stay in the picture, send him this part right now. Let's talk about a mindset that'll save you from wasting time, overthinking, and chasing people who are barely showing up. We call it the one-strike rule. Here's how it works. If she pulls back once, maybe she stops texting like she used to, flakes on plans, or her vibe just switches up. You don't freak out. You don't call her out. You don't send some "what's going on" paragraph. You just match her energy. She slows down. You slow down. That's it. No drama, no explanation. Just a shift, quiet, clean, powerful, because what that tells her, without you saying a word, is, I'm not chasing you, I'm not waiting on you, I'm good either way. And if she picks it back up, great, you respond with that same calm energy, but here's the key, if she does it again, that's it. No third chances, no hoping she comes back around. You're not being cold, you're not punishing her, you're just protecting your energy. Because your time, it's not a free donation. Your attention, not a discount item. You're not giving unlimited tries to someone who's showing you they don't really care. Let me give you a real example. One of the guys we know kept texting this girl who would disappear for days. When she'd finally reply, it was dry stuff like LOL or maybe IDK, and he'd keep going, trying to spark something, sending reels, jokes, vibes, nothing. Then one day he tried the one-strike rule. She flaked. He didn't react. She sent a lazy, "What you up to?" a few days later. He didn't jump to respond. He wasn't rude. He just wasn't available the way he used to be. And suddenly, she switched up. "Where'd you go? You good? Been thinking about you." Because the second he stopped rewarding low effort, she started realizing what she was about to lose. See, the one-strike rule isn't about being heartless. It's about clarity. It removes all the guessing. You don't have to sit there overthinking her short replies or wondering what went wrong. You just watch the effort. That tells you everything. And if the energy dips twice, you move on. No guilt, no begging, no closure talk. You're just gone, quiet and classy. That's how real men move. Not because they don't care, but because they care about themselves too. So if you've been stuck wondering, is she still into me? Use this rule. 1 strike, watch. 2 strikes, walk. No more energy for people who don't match yours. Let's be straight up. If there's one type of energy that instantly kills attraction, it's the pick-me energy. You know the vibe. I'm a good guy. I'd never hurt you. I respect women. I'm not like those other guys. Now listen, your intentions might be pure. You're probably genuinely a solid dude, but when you say all that stuff out loud over and over again, it doesn't sound like confidence. It sounds like you're trying to prove something. And the truth is, if you're really confident, you don't need to say it. You just live it. Confidence is quiet. It's in how you carry yourself. It's in how you respond when someone pulls back. It's in how okay you are whether she picks you or not. We had a guy in the crew, real good heart, good job, respectful as hell. But every time he went on a date, he'd overdo it. Compliments every 5 seconds. bringing up how loyal he is, how he's not like the last dude who hurt her, how he just wants to treat her right. And guess what? It never worked. Because the whole vibe felt like a sales pitch. And when you're selling yourself too hard, she starts questioning if what you're selling is even real. Worse, she starts feeling like you don't even believe in it, like you need her to believe it, so you can feel good about yourself. And that's the fastest way to go from this guy's interesting to this guy's trying too hard. Women don't want to feel like they're doing you a favor by giving you their time. They want to feel like they earned your attention, like they got something valuable. That happens when you move like the prize, not when you say you are, when you show it. So from now on, kill the pick-me energy. Stop trying to convince her you're worth her time. Stop over-explaining why you'd be a great boyfriend. Stop repeating, I'm a nice guy. And just be one, for real. Quietly. Confidently. And if she's into it, cool. If not, that's cool too. You're still solid either way, because when a woman sees that you don't need her approval to feel grounded, she feels your energy shift, and that's when she starts leaning in. So let's lock this one in. No more chasing validation. No more trying to be chosen. You choose yourself first. Every time. Let's talk about the abundance mindset. And no, this isn't some fake positivity like just love yourself or believe it'll all work out. We're talking about the energy you carry, the energy that speaks before you even say a word. Here's the truth. If you walk around like one woman is your only shot, it shows. If you act like she's your only chance at happiness, your only connection, your only option, it leaks out of everything you do. That energy, it's pressure. And pressure doesn't build attraction, it crushes it. You ever notice how some guys are just cool no matter what happens? She flakes. They're good. She takes hours to respond. They're chill. They don't panic. They don't overthink. They don't spiral. Why? Because they're not moving from scarcity. They're not thinking, if this doesn't work out, I'll be alone forever. They're thinking, I'm good with or without this, I'm building, I'm leveling up, and anyone who fits into that, dope. If not, cool too. We had a dude in the squad, used to put every bit of his energy into one girl. Started acting like she was the only one who'd ever get him. Texts felt heavy. Conversations were full of anxiety, silence, panic mode, and surprise. She backed off, fast. But when he pulled his energy back and started focusing on himself, hit the gym, reconnected with friends, started working on his goals, he changed. Same guy, same look. But now he wasn't waiting. He wasn't trying. He was choosing. And guess what? Weeks later, she came back around, asking what he'd been up to, wondering why the vibe shifted, because now he had abundance energy. When you carry yourself like someone with options, people feel it. Even if you're not talking to anyone else at the moment, it's not about being a player. It's about being centered, solid, unshakable. No woman wants to feel like she's your lifeline, that she holds your emotional world together. She wants to feel like she's stepping into something valuable, not becoming your whole identity. And when you truly believe that your life is already full, that your value isn't dependent on anyone's attention, that's when people chase you. That's when you become magnetic. So if you've been holding on too tight thinking, what if I lose her? Here's the reality. You'll be fine. There are other people, other moments, other connections, and honestly, the only thing that blocks all that from coming in is you clinging to the wrong energy. So let's flip it. Let go of scarcity. Step into abundance. Not fake confidence, but real, grounded, peaceful knowing that you'll always be good. If you're still here, respect. Most guys never even get to this part. They stay stuck, confused, frustrated, wondering why they keep running into the same patterns. But you You kept going. And that means you're ready to move different. So let's bring it all together. This whole thing, it's not about chasing. It's not about learning slick lines or playing games. It's not even just about getting the girl. It's about the mindset. Because once you shift the way you see yourself, the way you value your time, the way you handle people's energy, everything starts to click. You stop trying to impress. You stop overthinking every text. You stop making people your priority when you're just an option to them. And here's the wild part. You don't have to change who you are. You don't need to look different, make more money, or become someone else. You just have to stop handing your power away. One of our guys had that moment. He'd been doing the most for years. Always trying to prove himself, playing it safe, saying all the right things, still got ghosted, still got overlooked. Then one day, he stopped. He stopped needing approval, stopped chasing people who weren't chasing him. He didn't become mean or cold, he just became unavailable to low effort. And the shift? It was instant. Same clothes, same job, same dude. But now his energy was different. He wasn't trying anymore. He was just being, and people felt that. Women responded differently. Conversations flowed easier, because now he wasn't trying to earn attention, he was filtering it. That's what this is about. Not playing a role, not being perfect, just moving like someone who knows his worth and won't settle for less. So now it's your turn. You've heard the message, you've got the perspective, all that's left is action. Take what hit you hardest and apply it. Live it. Don't fall back into old habits just because they're comfortable. Growth is uncomfortable at first, but that's where the real shift happens. If something in this hit deep, drop a comment and let it out. What part changed the way you think? What are you letting go of? What are you done putting up with? Like the video if you felt it. Send it to a friend who's stuck in his own head right now. And hit subscribe, because this journey, it's just getting started. We're going to keep breaking this down step by step until you're not even the same version of yourself anymore. Stay locked in. Let's go.